With Tekken 8 launching in just a few days, I'm sure there's a huge amount of people, new and old to the series, who are wondering what they can do to get ahead in these few days and ensure that they immediately see the most success possible in Tekken 8. So if you're wondering what the best ways to prepare for the launch of Tekken 8 are, this video is for you. So let's get right into it. Let's start with the most obvious way to prepare, which I'm sure most of you know, and that is of course playing the demo. Now despite the demo's popularity, I've actually heard a lot of people say they're not even bothering with a demo because their characters aren't in it. But honestly, you should absolutely be playing the demo if you have access to it, even if you don't want to main one of the 4 characters available. You have access to all the game's main tutorials and can start learning a bunch of the new systems in Tekken 8, like all the heat stuff. I also highly recommend if you're new, to use this demo to get used to Tekken's 3D movement and systems. If you go into the tutorials and select the Rage Art one, you'll have access to basically a CPU dummy that regenerates health and gives you an infinite timer. This is the closest thing to a training mode that we have access to here. So take some time to play around with it and get used to the 3D movement. A lot of new players don't even start sidestepping until higher ranks, and 3D movement is obviously really important in Tekken. You need to get comfortable with sidestepping and sidewalking as soon as possible. You can also start to practice movement techs like wave dash on the Mishimas and the Korean backdash, even though it's much weaker in this game. Now this is fully my personal opinion, but maybe also give one of the 4 characters in the demo a serious try. Who knows, maybe you'll click with one of them and can basically get a head start over everyone else. I made a full video on the easiest characters to start with, but I'll just say right here, Paul and Jin are a great pick. Even if you do know you want to main another character, you might as well try them out and see what happens. Maybe you'll end up really liking them and be able to pick them up as a secondary in the future. Or maybe you can get ahead on matchups and start learning how to beat these characters, as I guarantee the 4 characters in the demo will be the most popular in ranked battle, at least when the game first launches. So gaining an understanding of these 4 characters now will help you in the long run, whether you decide to play them or not. Tekken is all about matchups, and the beauty of the game is that there's always more to learn, so you can take this to your advantage if you want. So what else? What if you're dead set on playing another character than the 4 available in the demo, and you're not interested in learning how to fight against them yet? This mainly only applies to very new players, but if you're playing a character who is also in Tekken 7, go check out a Tekken 7 guide on them. There's plenty of content available on YouTube for every character in Tekken 7, and these characters are mostly the same between games. So pretty much everything you'll learn about the Tekken 7 character will carry over the Tekken 8 version. While guides for most characters in Tekken 8 aren't available yet, unfortunately, I'm sure you can also find full videos detailing what's changed with the character in Tekken 8. So you can start to get a really good idea of how the character is different in this new game, and also gain a great understanding of them. Content in general is just a great idea to get prepared. There's been a lot of popular YouTubers going over each and every character who's been revealed in Tekken 8, and talking about their potential moveset and what they're strong and what they're weak at. So there's definitely a lot of stuff to work with here. Content in general is just a great idea to get prepared. Go watch the EVO Showcase. This was a tournament where the best players in the world got to compete early in Tekken 8. I always talk about the benefit of watching pro players on this channel, but just to reiterate, you can learn so much by watching them. If you're brand new, you can really get a good feel for the character this way. And if you're more experienced, you can start to learn stuff and use new tools you've never seen before. There's always more to learn, and watching pro players is one of the best ways to get ahead. Plenty of YouTubers I'm sure you guys are familiar with have uploaded videos going over their thoughts on the characters in this game and fully detailing what they play like. So you'll have a ton of options when it comes to content. Obviously, I'm of course going to keep making beginners content as well, including guides on every single character, gameplay and rank tips, discussion and speculation videos, tier lists, and even more. So if you're interested in any of that, consider subscribing to the channel. Only about 7% of my viewers are actually subscribed to the channel. So if you're interested in any of this future content and want to support my dreams of doing this as a job, please consider subscribing. It means the world to me. Anyway, back to the preparation. Another thing that's worth thinking about is what controller do you plan on using for Tekken 8? Now if you're a really casual player, it maybe doesn't matter, but if you're planning on going to tournaments and becoming a competitive player, or you're just really serious about improvement, it is worth thinking about what controller will be best for your long-term goals. Maybe you're planning on finally learning a fight stick in Tekken 8, or maybe you're moving to keyboard or using a PS5 pad for the first time. There's really no wrong answer when it comes to controllers, but if you do want to put some more thought into that, I also have a video going over every major controller option in Tekken 8, so give that a watch if you're curious. And more broadly speaking, something you can think about is, what are your goals with this game? Maybe, like I said before, this is going to be the first Tekken game that you actually try to grind and become a serious player. Maybe your goals are to start going to tournaments. You can spend some time looking up if there's tournaments in your area. Most cities will have a popular local scene with a Discord server or a Facebook group, so you can spend time looking into that. I know a lot of cities are actually having tournaments using the demo right now, so you can get some practice even before the game comes out if you decide to go to those. Or you can just start planning which tournaments you're going to go to. Or maybe you never plan on touching a tournament and are just focusing on grinding the ranked ladder, or just having fun with the story. Again, there's no wrong way to do it, but it is something worth thinking about. Let me know in the comments what your personal goals are with Tekken 8. I'm actually really interested to find out what you guys plan on doing with this game. Now, a lot of players were asking a while ago if it was worth getting Tekken 7 in the months before Tekken 8, and I was a strong believer in yes, you should. It's great practice and you can learn a ton of fundamentals and get a head start. However, it's probably a little bit too late for that. If you've never played Tekken 7, it's really not worth buying it for 7 days until 8 comes out. But if you do already have it, make sure you keep warm on that game. You'll still have access to a full training mode and player matches so you can work on your character. Now, in terms of other ways to prepare, there is of course the dark side. I personally don't know much about the crack as I haven't played it, but from what I hear, Bandai Namco really messed up. And if you play on PC, there's simply a program or code that you can run that immediately unlocks the training mode, and like 18 additional characters in the demo. So hey man, I don't recommend this, and I wouldn't do it myself, but if you really can't wait to try out more of the game, the option is always out there. There's a couple smaller things you can do as well. Keeping up with the character trailers, which seem to be dropping every couple days on the Bandai Namco Twitter and YouTube account, can be a big help if you don't know which character you plan on playing, or just want to see more of the game. It helps with hype levels too. The lead trailer got me so hyped. And I probably should have mentioned it earlier, but honestly, playing other fighting games can help as well. Despite being a 3D fighter, fundamentals can transfer over from other games like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and even Smash Bros. A lot of people don't know that I started out as a competitive Smash Bros player and learned Tekken about 4 years ago, having never played a real fighting game. I can say for sure that there's a ton of things I learned in Smash that transferred over and helped me get a jump start in Tekken. Think basics like space control and simple defense, footsies, and frame data and punishments. There's really a lot. Basically all this just to say that playing other fighting games can be a great way to prepare, if you don't have access to previous Tekken games. So hey, if you've been grinding Street Fighter 6 or Mortal Kombat or whatever other fighting games to pass the time before Tekken 8 comes out, you might be doing more than you realize. And you've probably been preparing your fighting game fundamental skills without even realizing it. So just to quickly summarize, play the demo. Even if you don't want to main any of those 4 characters, you can play them, you can see if you like them or not, and you can get an idea of how those 4 characters play, basically giving you a big head start when the game first starts. You'll already know how to fight 4 out of the 32 characters, or maybe you'll fall in love with one of the characters and will be able to get a head start because you'll already know how they play, and you can start practicing your future main. You can use this demo to practice movement, practice other tech, learn all the basic tutorials, and just start getting familiar with Tekken 8. You can watch content for the game, character guides for Tekken 7, or new ones for Tekken 8. You can watch pro players play. If you want to take the dark side, you can play the crack, or you can just play other fighting games and just keep your fighting game fundamentals warm, or start to learn them if you're brand new. And that's about all I got. Honestly, making this video has just made me 100 times more excited to actually get my hands on Tekken 8. And I'm so jealous of people who already get to play it through review codes and such. I heard Main Man has the full game now. Man, I'm so jealous. One day, boys. One day. Just one more week, guys. We're so close. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, as usual. We just hit 2,000 subscribers, which is pretty great. I want to give another thank you to everyone who's been supporting me recently. It means the world. It really does. I have no plans on stopping this content. I have a lot more stuff planned. I'm also actually planning on starting to live stream here on YouTube, right on this channel. So if you're interested in all that, I think my first stream we're going to be going over the Tekken 8 demo, kind of detailing all 4 characters, practicing some stuff in training mode, and just talking about the game. So if you are interested in live streams on YouTube, stay tuned for that. I'm still trying to find the right time to stream for most of my viewers. I did a poll in the community tab. Seems like most people want between 8 p.m. and 12 a.m. EST, but I'll change that around. We'll kind of see what works. But yeah, I'm going to be streaming soon, so look out for that. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and take it easy. Bye.